Alton Brown is one busy chef. Not only is he a best-selling author, he also loves playing guitar. He has his own line of bow ties. And he's also won multiple James Beard Awards and a prestigious Peabody.
More than a decade ago, he launched Good Eats on the Food Network. Now he's back as mentor and judge on Food Network Star. And he's host of Cutthroat Kitchen, also on the Food Network. Alton Brown, welcome to the dish.
Thank you very much for having me. It's nice to see that you guys eat this heavy in the morning.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just a light meal.
Yeah, it's a light, just a starter.
And so what have you brought us here?
I brought, you know what, I wanted to do a meal that was kind of, I don't know, typical of the kind of things that we used to do on Good Eats. Oh yeah, a pork Wellington, takeoff on beef Wellington, which of course was named that because it resembled Wellington boots, which is another story. It's probably too long and you don't want to hear it. Parsnip chips, which is a fantastic way to get kids to eat a vegetable that most adults won't even eat, which is great. Parsley salad. Parsley's my favorite herb, and it actually makes a really great salad. Most people don't think about that. And a big pile of glazed carrots because your producers wanted something colorful. Oh, but the most fun part is I did bring a cocktail because after all, it is 8:30 in the morning, right?
And that's the best part of the show.
So when we wake up.
This is basically a tequila sour that has Amaro in it, an Italian liqueur, and it's finished with liquid smoke. Wow. Because most of the drinks that I have on Saturday morning, somebody's put a cigarette out in. and so this just seemed, this is like that, only polite.
It's so wonderful to see that you're exactly what I had hoped you would be after watching the show for so long, because you've been on the Food
You're the
Network.
first woman that's ever said that to me. Holy smokes, this is working out.
Well, tell us about how you got involved in food, because I read that at one point you were directing commercials and said, you know, if someone could make food more interesting, this would be a viable way.
No. Food was already interesting. It was food TV shows that weren't very interesting at the time. This is late 80s, early 90s. When I was cooking as a hobby, I was directing TV commercials and working as a cinematographer. And I would watch food shows and it was like, wow, this is dull. Yeah. And I'm not learning anything. Yeah. It's like, and I thought, well, you know, maybe one day there'll be a real kind of opening for food media. People will actually want to watch food shows, and Food Network was just starting off at the time. I actually didn't even know about it. And so I quit my job and went to culinary school in hopes of making shows about food.
So that's interesting. You use culinary school as an entry point to television. That's a
yes, and everybody there thought I was crazy. I won't use the words that they actually put before crazy because this is TV and all, but yeah, everybody thought I was insane. They're like, food shows? That's not going to work.
But you ended up directing them, producing them, writing them, starring them all yourself.
I've got some control issues. Yes. Good Eats I did for 14 years. Wrote it, directed 240 of the episodes or something like that. So as a filmmaker and as a cook, it gave me a way to do everything that I loved in one place and get paid.
You know, you mention a lot about molecular gastronomy, talking about the smoke in the liquid, and that is something that we're seeing so often in so many restaurants right now.
Yeah.
What is your take on it? Is it being overused?
Look, here's the thing about, I think, molecular gastronomy as kind of a culinary movement is great because chefs need to be able to express themselves and they're using science more and more to do that. But you know what? In the end, for me, I don't wake up in the middle of the night craving foam. Okay? I crave leftover pizza. I'm not like, wow, I wish I had some sea urchin foam. So whether or not that's ever really going to translate into home cooking, I think some of the methodologies do, but I would rather see people use scientific approaches just to make their own food better. It's like, okay, let's use scientific knowledge to make better scrambled eggs. Let's do that first.
Right.
And then we'll mess around with a bunch of white powders and spheres and blah, blah, blah and all of that.
You have so many things going on. We mentioned some of them, but you actually also have a traveling theater show now.
I do, the Edible Inevitable Tour. Yes, it's a variety show, kind of.
And what does that mean exactly?
Well, a variety show meaning that it's got some of everything in it. My traveling show's got some very large, very unusual, and fairly dangerous food demonstrations. But also there's puppets. I do some of my food songs, which hopefully are funny, live on stage with a band. And then there's like a lot of multimedia stuff and audience interaction. So it's like, I don't know, I was raised during the age of television where variety shows were kind of the norm,
Right.
the Sonny and Cher show and Carol Burnett, things like that. And I miss that kind of entertainment where it's like you can take a subject like food, which is universal really, and do anything with it and tie it into a lot of different entertainment forms.
What made you want to go on the stage?
I don't know, I had a theater degree. I was just trying to make it pay off. my mom had always said, that theater degree is stupid. You're never going to use that. And now it's just all like, yeah, Mom, how many seats do you want this night? So I'm just trying to get back at, just getting back at my mom. That's all there is.
In addition to all of the stuff we've already mentioned, you also have the podcast. How do you decide who you want to interview? Podcast.
Who I have on a podcast strictly comes down to just who's willing to show up and do it for free. I mean, that's how podcasts are. There's no money in it. Actually, it's kind of like doing this show.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
We give you a free meal, though, that you cooked.
No, I designed it, but I didn't have to cook it. It's the best possible meal. By the way, this chocolate pie, no dairy. It's actually based on tofu. And yet it tastes good.
I cannot wait to sample it. We want to hand you the dish, though.
Oh, the dish.
Get
I'm
your
gonna sign
signature
the
on it and
dish.
ask you if you could have this meal with any person, past or present, who would that person be?
Somebody who owes me money.
Very smart pick. Chef Alton Brown, thank you so much. And for more on the dish, head to our website at CBS This Morning.